Expect the best used car deals guaranteed. Visit arnoldclark.com.
Welcome to Peter and Ruffy's Football Show, sponsored by Arnold Clark. I'm Peter Martin. It's Friday. Alan Ruff and Barry Ferguson are with me here in the studio to look at all the Betfred Cup ties and also look back on, well, mixed reviews on Rangers and Aberdeen in the Europa League. We'll let you decide what you think on our YouTube channel, but here's what we're going to talk about. Rangers made it through to the knockout phase of the Europa League. They'll play Legia Warsaw. For Aberdeen, well, they fell at that hurdle that they've become so accustomed to over the last 6 seasons. They were knocked out by Rijeka by, an embarrassing scoreline at home, to be perfectly honest with you, Barry Ferguson. 2 defeats against Rijeka, and I think it's just a sad indictment of our game.
Yeah, I mean, real disappointing result. I think Derek will be raging. No disrespect to Rijeka, but Aberdeen have got to be beating them. That's now a number of years that Aberdeen have not qualified in the qualification stages. And it's not good enough. It doesn't help our coefficient in Scotland, Peter. So not a deeply disappointing night for Aberdeen. It's not good enough. That's all you can say about it.
2-0 over there, 2-0 here, Ruffy. They were a goal down after 10 minutes. Then Aberdeen get a man sent off, and then by that time the game's gone anyway. I think there's a lot of people left at half time. They knew the writing was on the wall.
Yeah, I think the expectations were, for Aberdeen to get the goal early on. It went the opposite way, and once that goal went in, obviously the pressure mounts, and as you said, a sending off doesn't help either. But it's a terrible thing for Aberdeen, particularly everything that's in plans for the future, the stadium, the training ground, trying to attract players. And you would think that some of the players have come in, obviously missing the boy Bryce, and I don't think he would have made that much of a difference. But it's a blow, it's a massive blow, particularly for Derek, because he's got to convince these Aberdeen supporters year on year to hang on in there, and he's going to bring some kind of success to them.
Yeah, and the players just aren't good enough. The home-based players certainly weren't able to step up to the plate. Here's what Derek McInnes had to say after the game. We didn't play our way into the game. We had a lot of young players and we made poor decisions. The team was right. The team that started, I felt, could go and get the job done. Well, quite simply, they couldn't get the job done. And I said it's a sad indictment, Barry, but it's a reflection of our game. I don't like the league. I don't like the setup. I think we've got too few clubs in our league. It won't alter it if we went to 16 or 18. Celtic or Rangers would still win it. Mm-hmm. But I think there'd be more chance of a greater amount of Scottish players getting a chance to play top flight football. We don't have enough of them still.
Yep, I'm with you. I thought this should have happened a number of years ago, going to a 16 or 18 team league. I think then it would promote the younger kids, the managers at teams that are under pressure every season to get relegated. They would feel pretty positive in letting the young kids come through. But these guys are under pressure for the board. They need to stay in the league. If you go to a 16-18 team, like say your Kilmarnocks and teams like that would then start to promote, which I think there's a lot of good young players out there, but they're just under pressure, these managers. The only team in our league at this moment in time that produce youngsters every single season is Hamilton Accies. That's the route they've got to go down. I would say he's still under pressure, Brian Rice, but not under as much as pressure as a lot of other managers would be in the league to promote these young kids.
Yeah, the other aspect of this, Ruffy, and I'm not getting away from it, we, I think, still have a gap to go on the technical ability of our younger players. For every now and then we're raving at Billy Gilmore, we're raving at a Karamoko Dembele, and he even might plump to play for England, who knows. But, we look at, I think Callum McGregor deserves tremendous credit. Ryan Jack has got the chance chance to prove to everybody that he can become a good midfielder. But there's not enough of them. If there was enough of them who'd worked on their technical skills, who could do what the players that you played alongside could do, we wouldn't be moaning.
But surely, Peter, then that's an indictment of what we're coaching them. You know, what are these teams? We've got more development officers than we've ever had. We've got more coaches than we've ever had. We've got more teams, academy teams. We've got under-19s, under-21s. Why are they not breaking through? They're getting
the
coached.
managers are under pressure to keep the team in the division.
They're getting coached, Barry, at all these levels with top-class coaches. You know, so I think it's really difficult to put that. That is a part of what we're all saying. It should be a bigger league. I agree with that 100%. But what I'm saying is, why are they not breaking through?
Yeah, but even some of the ones that are breaking through, I mean, Harry Cochrane came through and people thought, oh, he might do a job for Hearts. Then he disappeared off the face of the earth.
Ryan Gold.
There's another one,
to me was
And
when I saw him.
I mean, Hasty at Motherwell, I mean, I got a lot of pelters on the social media in here about it, and he's went to Rangers. I mean, Hasty's a player that I think has got a bright future. There's no doubt in my mind he's got ability. He had a great 4 or 5 months at Motherwell. He's took the chance to go to Rangers, which he's going to earn a lot of money, and fair play to the boy, but he's not been anywhere near the Rangers 18, and that's a worry for me, because this could be a future Scotland player.
That's the point Barry's making. Where's he playing?
Yeah.
At what level is he playing at? Who's he playing against? How's he challenging himself? You know, it's a crazy decision that some of these young kids make.
But
It's
that's
not all,
advisors, but they're getting advised. I mean, he's only a young kid.
I also think they have to have the ability, mindset, I beg your pardon, to work hard at their craft, which is something that I think you had in abundance. You had that steely determination to work at your craft.
Well, we get told to go and do extra in the afternoon, whether that was in the gym, whether that was out in the training field. You've got to go and work at your game. There's no doubt in my mind, and I'm sure there is some kids that go and do that, but there's other kids, as soon as the training session's finished, they're in, getting a shower, and away they go.
It's not all bad news. Rangers managed a 3-1 win last night, and that was a confident route through to face Legia Warsaw after they managed to see off Midtjylland. Of course, Steven Gerrard has strengthened the team with the loan signing of Andy King from Leicester City as well, and he gave us an insight last night into his decision to sign him.
The opportunity came up to get Andy King in the last 48 hours, and I jumped at the chance for numerous reasons, but to give you a few. One is he's a winner, a Premier League winner. One, because he's had numerous caps at international level, and over the course of the last 14 months I've been trying to build a squad, but a lot of players are inexperienced and young, and they need guidance and leadership in the dressing room, so it was a no-brainer. And financially as well, makes total sense.
Well, he's a 10th signing, and this is a squad he's putting together. Rangers are having a right go at this one this season.
Yeah, they sure are. I mean, I read a comment from the manager saying that he wanted 2 players for every position. Now he's got that. So there's real fierce competition for places. And you can see that with the way, whatever team he picks, you can see a real desire in whoever's starting their games, because since the start of the season they have been impressive. I mean, there's a lot of work still to do, but when there's competition for places, Peter, you've got to be on the ball if you're in that starting 11. If you don't produce, somebody's waiting in the wings to take your position.
Yep, and even the manager himself says a win's a win, but he wants even more.
They're in a good place, the team and the squad. Really good atmosphere. I think confidence is growing. I can certainly feel a hunger there. I would like me more experienced players in the group to see out games better and to control games a bit better, even when they become easy or out of sight. I think I want teams to leave here with a tough experience, rather than remembering the last 30 minutes and thinking that Rangers have got issues and become a bit disjointed. So I'm a very fussy manager, and I thought we were outstanding, certainly for 60 minutes, but just got a bit sloppy and careless to see the game out.
Well, there you are. He's happy with 60 minutes. It's the 30 minutes that he wants people to have a long, hard look at themselves.
Yeah, and that puts pressure on the players. That gives them a standard that they've got to, live up to if he keeps preaching that. But for me, he's changed the whole dynamic of the signing policy at the club. I think he's been given a budget. He's spent the money that he's got wisely. But for me, the biggest change is the loan players that are coming in. The loan players now are experienced international players, whereas a couple of years it was young boy Rossiter coming in, some boy Dodo for Chelsea or Arsenal. Young players learning their trade. That's all changed now. Every player that he's bringing in now has got some experience, whether it's Premier League football or international football, and you can see it's working.
Yep, and of course he's thrown down the gauntlet to some of the fringe players for the Betfred Cup match away to East Fife.
We will if we qualify on the weekend to go into the next round of the Cup. We have to concern ourselves with East Fife right now. We'll try and get in the next round of the Cup, the League Cup. It's an important competition for us, so all our focus will be on that. People will get opportunities to play. People who have been giving me the eyes and giving me some strange looks over the last couple of weeks, so they'll get an opportunity on Sunday to play. So they need to go and deliver a performance, and then we'll give all our focus and attention to the away leg in Legia, which will be hostile and tough. They've got big experience in Europe, so we'll give them the respect they deserve.
Yeah, you know yourself, Barry, some of the best players ever to play for a club are the ones who are sitting on the bench and can't get in this squad as well. And, if they're looking at the manager and saying, I should be playing, well, here's a chance to prove the point.
Yep, I like that. He's thrown it back at the players that have been maybe moping about the training ground or get the pet at lip. So, listen, he's going to change the team. He says that now. This is the opportunity. I don't care if it's East Fife or if it was a top European team. The guys that get that chance on Sunday need to take it, and if they don't, well, they won't play.
Yeah, okay. We're going to switch our attention to Celtic after we reveal this week's quiz winner. Well done to Adrian, our quiz winner this week. We'll start with a new question on Monday for you with an opportunity to win one of our PLZ team shirts in your favourite team's colours. So well done to Adrian. Now let's switch our attention to Celtic. The fallout from the knockout of the Champions League just before the playoff in the qualifiers certainly has continued around Celtic Park. Everybody's had their say on this. I have actually heard some Celtic fans calling for the head of the chief executive, Peter Lawwell, which I think is an act of lunacy. He is the figurehead of what is one of the best run clubs in Great Britain. He is the man who certainly is at the forefront of making the club profitable. Some of the decisions haven't gone according to plan, Ruffy, but I would suggest to you he's the last man you want to get rid of. If anything, the message to him is change your stance on your timing of signing players, I think, from the more intelligent look, Celtic fans in this one.
Yeah, I would agree that if you're going to start selling players like Kieran Tierney, you need somebody automatic in there, on your list. I know, and Barry will have the same list at his club. You identify players you want on the list. You might not get that guy, but you've got a backup. You go down the list. It just seems to be, on the face of it, Celtic take longer than anybody else to bring them in. And I know with agents and everything it's harder, but a team like Celtic who are going for Champions League football should be more organised than anybody else at the beginning of a season to identify players and go and get them with the vast amount of money that they've got at the club.
Yeah, and with that, I don't really get that with managers at the end of the season, and even a couple of months before the season ends. Peter, you've got targets, whether that's 6 players for talking sake that he's wanting. You've got to at least get 60-70% of them in through that door, ready to start the first day of pre-season. And then normally it happens, it's natural, 1 or 2 might not come a bit later. But I don't get it. Celtic have been like that for a number of years, leaving things to the last minute. I like to see managers get deals done early and get the guys in to get to know their surroundings, get to know their teammates, because I think that's important.
Well, Celtic manager Neil Lennon's certainly not criticising his board.
So we are working diligently in the background to bring players in, and increase the quality, competition, and strength and depth of the squad. And the board have been absolutely top class with me. People are looking for divisions, are looking for destabilising. It's not there. It's not there. We have to accept that we lost the game, whether we deserve to lose it or not. We have to accept it, and come back better and stronger.
So Neil Lennon says there are no divisions on this one. I think, if anything, there will be a few choice words, Ruffy, that will be said between Dermot Desmond, Peter Lawwell and the rest of the board members about how they have to react to this.
Yeah, it's a lesson learned. I think that the biggest lesson will be Rangers are now champing at the bit. Rangers might be the thing that makes them change their mind. They might make them get better organised, because we know that Celtic supporters want this nine in a row, and you got to bring in better players, so it might make them act even quicker.
And remember as well, when you hear from managers, you don't necessarily have to believe them. Sometimes they tell fibs. Derek McInnes with Sam Cosgrove, and of course sometimes they suggest that they are indeed a Champions League side, as Neil Lennon tried to do today.
The team has won a treble. It's been a couple of years now since we qualified for the Champions League, but it's a very difficult thing to do, and no, I'd say the gravitas of the club is still very much geared for the Champions League. We are disappointed because we had the tie in our hands twice, and that's a regret, I would say. The players will have the regrets about that, as will I. And it's one that we've let go from an opportunity of strength.
Yeah, well, I wonder what sort of crowd they're going to get at the weekend. It's certainly not on the season ticket. People are going to have to pay. Celtic against Dunfermline, I have my doubts.
Well, I'm sure quite a few fans would turn up, Peter, because look, they'll need to get a response. That was a massive body blow on Tuesday night. There's no doubt about it, in terms of fans been disappointed. Some of the performances weren't up to scratch, so I'm sure there will be a few fans turn up, and they'll want to see 4, 5, 6, even 7 goals going past Dunfermline, because they'll come and make it tough. They'll sit behind the ball, so they need to get an early goal.
Lee Griffiths certainly thinks there'll be a number of angry fans, and he says they've got every right to be angry.
I don't think they'll be happy. I'm expecting a Celtic crowd, no, but they're entitled to show their frustration, and it's up to us to go and put on performances again to try and put bums back on seats.
Okay, from Celtic Dunfermline, let's get the thoughts of the lads on the other games and the predictions on it. Well, it's Motherwell against Hearts. He may well have made a couple of signings, Ruffy, but here you can see the fixtures. Friday night, 7:45, Motherwell against Hearts. If Hearts were to lose this one, it's going to be really hot in the manager's office for Craig Levein, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a massive game for Hearts. Obviously, Craig Levein has moved very quickly. He's not happy with the goalkeeper. He's replacing him, plus the new signing in midfield. He'll get a shout. I just think that Hearts will put a performance on tonight. I'm sure Motherwell, the first 30 minutes last week, were impressive, but some of the goals they lost were very, very poor.
Yeah, so you're going for Hearts?
I'm going for Hearts.
Barry, what are you going for?
I don't think the new signings will make a difference. I think Motherwell will win this game.
Okay. Celtic Dunfermline, are you going for Dunfermline, Ruffy?
I'm going for Celtic in this one.
Okay. Forfar against Livingston. That's an interesting one.
It is an interesting one, but I think Livingston will have too much power for them.
Yep, Livingston.
Yep, okay. Hibs against Morton, Ruffy.
Hibs need to get back on track, particularly at home, and I'm going to go for a home win.
Hibs all day.
Okay. Killie against Hamilton. Now, if I think Craig Levein's under pressure, I've already suggested my favourite for the chop is Angelo Alessio. If they lost this one at home.
Yeah, you're right. He can't afford to lose this one. And I think he probably will get away with it, and I think he's going to go for a home win.
I'm going for Hamilton.
Hamilton to win it?
Yes, I think Hamilton will win it.
Yeah, and with that, do you think there'll be calls for Angelo Alessio's head?
I don't think they'll sack him, but it'll make it even tougher for him.
Yeah. Okay, Partick against Ross County. Your old team, Partick Thistle, Ruffy. You used to hobnob it in the boardroom, but now you're not.
I'm going to go for Ross County.
There you are. And you see how you get compromised over last season.
You're seriously going for Ross County?
I think Ross County looked good last week.
Yeah. That's magnificent.
Oh,
yeah.
I'll go for Ross County.
Yeah, I was going to go for Ross County as well. Dundee against Aberdeen. Can you imagine he lost this one?
I think Dundee are getting on the right road, but I think this might be too soon for them, so I'm going to go Aberdeen.
That's a hard one.
It's a tough one, isn't it?
It is a tough one. In terms of players, I've got to go with Aberdeen.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
And East Fife against Rangers, are we talking lots of goals?
I don't think we're talking lots of goals. I think a few of the players will get a surprise. One stand wide open, AstroTurf. But listen, I've got to have enough quality to go and beat East Fife. I'm not being disrespectful, but whatever team he puts out should be beating East Fife.
Yeah, I agree. It'll be the elements that'll be more than anything that the Rangers players will have to deal with.
Yeah, okay, there you have it. You got an opinion. We asked them and they give us an opinion. All we want you to do, tell your mates, share it, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Join us, the ever-growing football family. We're talking Scottish football Monday to Friday on our YouTube channel. And of course, you get all the news from English, European, and of course, world football as well. And you get the chance to win some fabulous prizes too. Thanks to Ruffy, thanks to Barry, and for myself, Peter Martin. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.
Expect the best used car deals guaranteed. Visit arnoldclark.com.